I'm Evan from Plan Academy, and here we work with companies and organizations big and small, and I'll tell you from my experience what strategies get the best results for people. If you're a manager of a group of PMs or new hires, and you need to get them trained up in the knowledge and software skills they need to be successful in your organization, how do you make it happen? And how do you ensure you're giving yourself and your team the best chance of effective adoption? Let's talk about it. We'll cover the types of training, goals, incentivization and leadership, and of course, accountability. Who's responsible for the training getting accomplished, for it actually getting adopted? The first thing that success really hinges on, unsurprisingly perhaps, is there a plan in place? A common pitfall a lot of people fall into is just to assign training and assume that's the end of it. You need a plan of action. You need to set goals for individuals as well as the team at large. You need leadership from above, and you need defined accountability. Before we get into that, let's quickly discuss the different types of training. There's really just two types of training: live training and on-demand training. Now, live training can be virtual or in a physical classroom setting. However, it requires the team to all be present at the same time in the same location. And although they can get live help and feedback from the instructor, after the 2 or 3 sessions, there usually is no more support or development. However, getting a whole team in one physical location for multiple days at a time is more difficult than ever for most organizations. On-demand training is when each individual gets their own access to course and training material and can go through it at their own pace, fitting it in when they have time. Regardless of what type of training you move forward with, you will want to clearly lay out the goals of that training and define where the accountability lies. Is everyone on the team getting the exact same training? If not, then who should get trained in what? For example, for our own planning and scheduling course, we have theory level courses for people new to their industry or role that are independent of software. Then foundational level courses meant to give everyone a standard level of training in a piece of software. And then we've got deep, advanced, involved courses for people who want to challenge themselves or develop their skills into a further role. Make sure to set clear goals for what members of your team should be accomplishing over certain timelines. Otherwise, it's nearly impossible to track the success of your team's training rollout. This is where accountability really comes in. Who is accountable for the team completing their training? Is it all on the shoulders of the team leader? Is it on the training company? Is it on each individual learner? Personally, and ideally, I think it is a solid mix of all three. Having someone at your organization to be in charge of goal setting and keeping tabs on the progress being made is key. If you can't appoint someone to maintain this role, we step in to help set up these plans, goals, and accountability measures within the team. And for individuals taking the training themselves, it needs to be made clear to them what their expectations are. But how to best go about that? Through incentivization and leadership. Years ago, when we first started offering companies the ability to get their full team set up with Plan Academy training, we'd have the CEO or senior manager gung-ho and excited. We'd give their team access, onboard everyone, and show them all the doors they can open and the different learning paths and opportunities they could pursue. Then, nothing. Higher-ups at the company assumed their team would just go through all the training provided to them because they had access to it. Leadership didn't communicate the importance of the training, and therefore there was no accountability on either end. Leadership gets frustrated, people get frustrated because everyone's not on the same page. Again, it comes down to communication. Everyone understanding why the training is there, why the need is there, why this is important, and what's in it for everybody involved. Project managers are busy. How many will prioritize training, especially when it's thrown at them on the side and seen as optional? More and more leaders at companies we speak with want to ensure their team actually buys in and gets adoption from the training. This is a great trend to see, but it requires strong leadership from within to communicate not only why the team is getting training, but why it's important for them to care. A great practical way to do this is to incentivize the completion of the training. We've worked with companies who have made it clear to employees that they will only be eligible for promotions if they've completed X and Y certificates. Whatever path you take, being clear with your team is the important part. Lastly, all training and development shouldn't end with the completion of a single course or workshop session. That's one of the main reasons our training continues beyond the physical course material. Beyond the quizzes and practical assignments, you can revisit and review material as much as you want. But not only that, we have monthly live learning sessions where people can come, learn from experts, learn from our instructors, ask questions, and find out about new software, new techniques, new trends in the industry. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about Plan Academy, how we train teams and work with companies, head over to planacademy.com. There's a link in the description as well. Take care. Bye.